So they don't get the privilege to freely swing against, other top-rated players, so on and so forth, until they know they can swing. Kragg is on this side, where Kragg can't swing as much versus Clairen, because if he trades with Tipper, he loses that trade every time. So he has to play around that immediate burst range, understanding that you can CC dash attack, especially if you get the sour dash attack. You can CC dash attack, you can floor height dash attack, you get the punishes off of it, so on and so forth. You just have to play around that burst range and try to play your game as best as possible when you get inside, that burst range as well.
Righty, well, let's get jumping right into it here. Game 1 on Jules Vale. And we're already seeing a nice, strong start from, how do you pronounce that?
McEdith?
McEdith, okay, thank you.
Of course.
Yeah, she's holding her own here on this first opening.
So far, so good. I think they accidentally reversed it, so that's no worries. Consent is the Kragg, and McEdith is the Clairen. F-strong Tipper off stage, off rip. McEdith taking that first start. Go on, girlie.
Wow. This is explosive here for Clairen, but Alright, well... Sorry, go ahead, you first.
No, you're good. The onus is back in Consent to get himself back into this game. Yes, does so just like that.
What a DI was that?
Hey,
no,
fair,
come on, man.
Fair be isekai characters. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Fair be isekai in stocks for real.
Absolutely. Okay, Nair Rush shield from Consent. It is a badass, I'll give it that.
Absolutely. You have to have the mentality to go against a matchup like this, and especially to play Kragg against characters who will mash against you more often than not. Oh, the jab tactics!
That was kind of cool.
I dig it. It forces a reset from the other player. If they go for... I think that's an option for where if they go for an option that you're able to kind of crouch cancel, you probably just dash in and crouch at the same time. Buffer the crouch that if you get hit by something, you floor hug it. And if you don't get hit by something, you go for the grab instead.
I know Constant is trying to play a little bit more grounded here for these starters, because we all know is that if you are in the air versus Clairen, you're not gonna have a fun time trying to get out of it. Look at that conversion of the forward air off the left side, and Consent is a badass. Is in the stock lead. Almost lost that stock to the holding the rock. Oh, that would have been so depressing.
But I tell you what, we'll live this F-strong for sure. Good stuff to keep this stock going. Just need to get a little bit extra damage. Not gonna find it just yet.
Oh, pillar once again though, at least. The ground,
nice.
Yeah, you're kind of caught in that scenario in the first place. You didn't have to take it.
We got caught DIing again, yeah. Sucks indeed, and I tell you what, again, McEdith is doing a great job of maintaining momentum on the set, but this is Kragg we're talking about. You never know.
Yeah, Kragg is the badass of all Consents. He's doing
Oh wait. Yep. Reset off stage.
The edge guard.
Jab 3, huge.
McEdith out of resources. No, went for a single up B instead of the double. Oh, that sucks. I think if she went for the second part of that, I think she would have been able to make it on stage.
But I think that's what the issue was, is that they were probably expecting to get the up, either they were expecting the up B1 to reach ledge, and or any up B2 shenanigans that would have occurred afterwards may have gotten countered. So they probably wanted to avoid that as well, all at the same time. It might have just been a panic situation, they just pump faked, right? It might have just been a panic situation for all we know.
Probably. Where did our players go?
Yeah, we see them standing up at the moment. It was only been one game. I'm about to say, are y'all giving me a chance to feed the cat? I appreciate it, but
oh, you know what? To my guess, it might be a I wonder if someone's trying to get another controller.
Because we did have to reset the game the first time.
Yeah, and you know how it is, the USB hubs and putting everything in. I've had to plug mine in 3 times before, and I'm like, really, man? And I just wasted 7 minutes just trying to get it to work.
This is the game we love. This is the game we love. I wouldn't have it any other way, being absolutely honest. If this kind of stuff doesn't happen, is it really Rivals of Aether? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And again, that's not a diss on the devs or anything like that. But this is, I know the game I love. This is the game I love. Love it so much.
Well, also, if you okay, let me be real. If you had a diss like to the devs, you would say their names like on air.
I sure would.
Right?
Because that's also a tradition. Yeah.
Like I'm serious. Like like that's not a diss to the devs unless you individually said their names.
Okay.
So
While
like
we're doing one more
some...
with you, yeah.
Look, I think you have time to feed your cat.
I think so. Let's go, man. Let's go.
So hopefully we got some all of our controller issues out of the way. Looks like our both players are ready to go here for this game number 2. What I'm curious to see what these bans are going to be from Consent is a Badass. If I'm Kragg playing against Clairen, I would ban like much more smaller stage. Like I know people say like, oh, like why wouldn't you ban Rockwell? Well, I mean that's Kragg's home. You really don't ban Kragg's home, but
let him go home, bro.
Looks like we are going back to Julesdale for game number 2 because I respect the option because we've seen this a couple times before. Is like, you know, okay, if it was really close the first game and you feel like the exact confidence to bring it back, go back. There were only a few misconceptions from McEdith just around like off stage. Some of them were just like SDs really, but neutral was really good.
It did enough to get the job done for sure. Just a couple things to clean up on, just like you said, and the game is theirs. So it's not so far away as to say this is a bad stage pick. To your point, this is a perfectly fine stage pick, I'd argue.
That is a pretty neutral stage for both these characters, to be honest.
Either way, they're playing it for sure.
At least from like what I'm seeing right now. All right, but guard. Oh, yeah, there we go. There's the players' names. I almost forgot their names for a second.
All good, all good.
Consent here at 106%.
Both of them, 55% of that, yeah. But I do also notice that, like, when it comes to pulling, yeah, okay. I'll keep an eye on this because consent do be pulling out this rock, but then what do they do with it? And it's like, not a whole lot of anything. But when you have rock in hand, it bluffs the opponent out, and I tell you what, it bluffs the opponent out to get to that stock position. It leads to a lot more just having rock in hand. You don't even have to throw it. The threat of rock is more than enough.
Oh, absolutely. Great. I guess the down throw into a bit of a tech chase here, playing grounded. Still, I mean, still hasn't lost a stock yet. 143%. This rock beetle is so hard to kill, but finally that is going to the stock.
Again, that jab doesn't to the grab.
Yeah, I was gonna say it doesn't matter if Consent loses the stock because I'll be damned, he's back up already.
Just like that. And it's been a tricky venture for McEdith because I do notice that while they do play the distance away from Consent, it almost feels like they're doing it a little too much and not really like aggressing, you know, kind of weaving back and forth into the space of Consent. But I think getting back to that point about rock, when you start pulling out rock, you kind of encourage people to stay away.
Get off me, tool.
You don't even have to use it.
Oh no! That hurts.
It's a rougher game for McEdith this time. That's for sure. Consent is running the neutral so far. It's going to take a big punish game for McEdith to get back into it.
Still, Consent doesn't look like he's dropped a beat yet over here. McEdith rushing in a little bit too much, but it doesn't matter. That stock is going to do it. We are at one stock apiece here on game 2.
Caught Kragg off of the pillar set, off of the pillar up B. Hold on!
Oh no!
Oh, so close.
Down air, but thankfully for the up B, McEdith still has a chance at life here. It's the regrab.
Solid down air instead of going for another option. Even I think it would be. Nah, a regrab was impossible in that situation. At least I'm pretty sure I saw the yellow. Nevertheless, we're still in this game. still McEdith. Advantage
Oh! Okay, able to get from pillar again. Now is back to stage. This is a scary position against Kragg.
That
I don't
was-
want to be in.
Oh,
that kills off the top! Wow!
That upkeep was a little suspicious. I was about to say, I understand the spacing just wasn't right. When you're in the heat of the moment, sometimes you do just miss the spacing, and you just kind of have to eat the consequences of whatever that is. And unfortunately, that's exactly what Edith had to do, going down 2-0 to consent so far. But hey, that first set went to game 5 anyway, despite that exact same circumstance. So I don't know.
So you think it might happen again?
Yeah, it might happen again, but we do get. I think this is coaching. At this point, I low key think it's coaching as well. Might be part controller, but might be part coaching. I think it's coaching on the low ski.
So if you are McEdith in this scenario, what stage would you want to go to, or should we run it back? What we've seen on games 1 and 2, what would you be if you're McEdith?
Ironically, much unlike the previous set, the distance is kind of hurting McEdith here, I feel. It's weird because it's the stage isn't wrong, but I feel like the fact that you're allowing Kragg to pull rock and discourage you from going in and aggressing your, playing your game, playing your offense, is something that McEdith has to be aware of and has to do something about, right? It has to be something that they could make a light correction on, even just pushing more with jabs and down tilts on the ground. You know what I mean? Little things. You don't have to go for the big swings, the downers, the F strongs, or anything like that. But even just being able to run in and get a grab, just buy damage and such like that. Find it where you can. It isn't quite adding up right now, and especially when your opponent's off stage, or you're not finding the damage there either. There has to be somewhere you can start, and it's easier to get damage on stage than it is to get damage off stage. So I think that's where they should start.
Okay. All right, let's see what consent bans here. I wonder if it's gonna be the same bans actually, to be honest. Which I forgot which ones they were. Do you remember what?
One of them was Hadojo, and the other was. Okay, so they are banning the small stages. So essentially, they have the similar idea as I do in banning the smaller stages versus Clairen, so as to not get suffocated, because they want to be able to pull rock and they don't want to be interrupted in this. I can understand that a lot. I can understand that entirely. Actually, that's basically Kragg's whole gameplay.
Yeah, a little bit stronger start here from McEdith. Actually, a really strong start here from McEdith.
Nice. How can they keep this going though? Because we've seen strong starts before. We've seen strong starts to stocks, but it's how you finish, and that's the biggest part of it. 90% of the stock, and you can still lose it. Look at that, 51% nearly died off the side of the stage. Come on.
Oh my God! Oh, F strong not going to be the call there. I mean, I respect it, but this was outranged a little bit. A little air pushing. Oh no!
The counter was just was definitely a reaction to the rock coming towards them. Not really seeing that. Oh, what a beat on the spot dodge! Not really seeing that the platform was above them. All right, this is a little more like it. You know what I mean? Buy some damage, get these follow-ups, continue to string it up wherever you can.
And with that, we're seeing McEdith on the front foot here. Oh, okay, drifted away to avoid that forward air. Oh, if you would have held ledge, I think consent would have been dead. I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. It was so close. What a stock snap. What a ledge snap. Excuse me. Oh, those.
Same scenario again. Sen has still been able to make it back to ledge each time.
Ow, dude, these tippers are barely missing. Oh my jeez. DI mix again, but this time consent reads it, gets the right DI, and keeps himself alive for another day.
Just staying out of harm's way to not get hit by the rock. Edith now has consent off stage. What's the edge guard opportunity? Goes for the back air. Trying to go for the ledge. No, and that look at that. After doing that, the situation reversed.
But at the same time, it's 144% on consent stock. Even though you lost the stock there,
Kragg is still licked forever. He's a heavy boy.
Hey, he is a heavy boy. He eats his greens and his pork chops. But the tipper up air will do the trick.
this pork chop, what did you just say?
I sure did.
Oh my god, you're so real for that.
Louisiana boy, get down like that. But yeah, McEdith has been running the game a lot more, getting more follow-ups where possible, and just getting up in Consent's face more often, not letting him run the offense as much. This current situation is a bit different, but overall for this game, this is a much healthier showing.
Oh, absolutely. Oh my, okay, I'm really liking the way that she's like following up with these like dash back grabs a little bit, because each time she's caught like Consent doing like a dash in, McEdith will just like fade back a little bit and then go for another grab. She's got that like 4 times in a row this game.
Not only that, but she'll also look to whip punish the big buttons off of ledge as well. That forward air that I saw off the side of the trying to go for another pivot grab is there. She's been doing a lot of like to your point, the dash backs, the run past pivot grabs, like it's there. The issue was just getting in, and this game she has gotten in and has really shown a great job of continuing the follow-ups where needed.
Oh, all right, McEdith on the board. We are not going out without a fight. I'll be damn, that was a great third game there. Or if you're McEdith, I'd be feeling pretty good after that one.
That's right. So we're gonna see her bans for the first time. Hyperborean and Forest. I'm curious as to why they didn't necessarily choose Fire Capital or low-key even Air Armada for that matter, but we'll see where Consent chooses to go. It is so the stage you banned is the one you go to.
That's interesting to me. Why would you do that? I mean, there's something that I don't know about from Consent.
Right. And maybe this is a counter adaptation to the fact that like they just want to get the aggression, you know, they want to set the tone more often than not perhaps. But you banned this stage both of the first 2 games on purpose and then came back to the stage after the fact. Intriguing. Interesting.
I think I see the vision here actually.
Go for it.
I think these triplets here, I think Consent realized that he's going to get a little bit more ladder game with them if he gets a position where McEdith is stuck in the air a lot. That's really my only vision. But I mean, same thing can happen here for McEdith.
Hey, look, the stock count do not lie. Scoreboard. You know what I mean? Scoreboard. It's working. So I think you're kind of onto something here a little bit.
Better be, because I just guessed that part. Alright,
we love honesty. We love honesty for that. Alright, but
so we are here. Oh my god, you first.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, okay, so yeah, with how close quarters it is, now Consent can run their game a little bit harder and not really have to worry about McEdith running out of the burst range, so on and so forth. She isn't pressing buttons too much and doesn't really get the chance to do so. 3 stocks to 1.
That was 2 forward punishes off to the side. Okay, but gonna get the F-strong kill while Kragg is holding his rock, by the way.
Brother, sometimes you gotta put those positions down when you go on a flight like that. They're gonna take you to TSA and out the airport. What are we doing?
My funniest quote from that is when Kragg's holding rock as you're killing Kragg. I always think of it as like a hold this please, and then the Kragg just dies while he's holding the rock.
Ironically, hold this please into drop call. That's crazy. Oh, but 2 stocks to 1. I mean, Torque. What do you think she could do?
I don't know. I mean, we are seeing McEdith panic a little bit because she's trying to do these like drop down nairs or drop down downers just to get the stun going off of Consent, but Consent has not dropped a peak here, but is caught in a little bit of a juggle situation. Went for a downer on the stage, now puts McEdith in a bad spot.
Oh, that was
almost would have been cool.
I was about to say, I think with the rock drop down, I was thinking to myself, like, grab ledge, just grab ledge, and that's probably the game, but it doesn't matter. Consent does do it.
3-1.
Yeah. Wow, okay, well.
So maybe that's why you went to